here's a delicious treat.
From our garden to yours. Remembering when the water plants in containers can be a major problem. Frankly, if you miss a few waterings, you're going to end up with some dead plants or maybe some poor production. But don't worry about that, because Ed Thrall's our horticulture extension agent's with us, and he's going to solve all these problems, Ed.
I wish it were that easy, Tom,
Well,
but I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now, you have what we call self-watering containers, and what does that involve? What does that mean?
Self-watering containers are containers that can hold water for a period of time, maybe enough time for you to go away for the weekend without the plants shriveling up.
Yeah.
It would be nice. And they differ quite a bit from the conventional containers. Our conventional containers that we grow vegetables or other edibles in usually has a hole in it. And that hole
right there
can leak water all over your patio if it's outside. You may put a plastic saucer on it, but that's not what I'm talking about. So what I'm going to show you is one of the probably a popular type of self-watering container now called the earth box. And what distinguishes it from that container, even though it has a hole inside, is it has a reservoir where water can collect in the bottom.
Oh, I see.
Almost 2.5 gallons.
Now the hole, I assume, is for drainage.
The hole is for
right
drainage.
down here.
That
People probably can't
from,
see it, but there's a hole right there.
Yeah, the hole keeps me from overwatering it.
Okay, so big rains, things like that.
Exactly. And this has a what I want to call it, a grid that will prevent soil from going right down into the water.
So are we going to put the soil right on top of this?
We're going to put the soil right on top of that, and we're going to put a tube into it so it'll ease the watering. We will pour water through the tube till it runs out the hole, then we know the reservoir's filled.
Got your tube there, we got the grid right there, and the soil's all going to be in here, right? So that's called the earth box. And
once I put the soil in here, I'm going to push down in these corners. You notice how they had a cutout? And that provides a wick for the water to take up to the plant.
I see. Okay. Very good. Very
And
good.
then the plant will use the water as it needs it, as long as you keep the reservoir filled.
Good. Now this is just one type of box?
This just
You've
one
got
type
one
of
that's
box.
planted. You want to grab that down there and
do
bring
have
that one
one.
up there? I'm going to set this one down to the side while you're doing that.
I do have one
Look
planted.
at that, folks. Produce. Isn't that
Let's
kind of neat?
Tell you, this was about 9 days ago. I cut it all the way to the ground, and it came back in 9 days.
Now this is greens.
These are mescaline greens,
Mescaline.
and on this side I have a sweet variety. This is a little more tart, has arugula in it, so it gets a little bite. But you can use them to add to your salads to liven up your supper.
Now this is a type of greens that's getting popular. It's easy to grow in a box like this. Is there any limits to what you can grow in a container?
There's no
self-watering?
limits to what you can grow in a container, provided the container's large enough.
Okay.
For instance, if I want to grow a large, meaty beefsteak type tomato, I'm going to need a container that at least 5 gallon size.
Yeah.
Hence, the earth box is an ideal container for growing 1 or 2 large tomatoes. If I'm going to grow spinach, or I'm going to grow peas, or I'm going to grow beans, I'll space them apart according to some method that the manufacturer tells you who built the box.
And maybe some of the square foot type concepts would work there too.
They would work very well.
Yeah. Now we need to tell everybody there's all different kind of boxes out there right now, so we're not stuck on any one particular type. And you have a little one right here. Tell us what you do for that. And I'll put this back where we got it from. How's that sound?
That sounds great. It is a smaller version of the larger one we just put down below the table here. And then the bottom, you see it has a reservoir where water can be held. It also has an area where soil can fall down below the level of the container and actually sit in the water.
So we want the soil, in this case, sitting in the water.
You want the soil sitting in the water, and the plant will take the moisture up as it needs it.
Each system's a little bit different. So we'll put soil in here.
Just a little different. We've got soil, and we will...
Any particular soil, good potting soil, I guess?
And a good potting mix would be appropriate for this kind of container, because you want to try to get away from using soils outside that might have fungus in them. You want to keep your plants nice and healthy and clean. But as you see, we fill it up with about 1 inch to the top of the container. And we are about ready to plant. I would normally water this in to make sure it's good and moist, and then I would plant.
Okay, and you can just plant any of the seeds like you saw there. Let's tell everybody there's books on the market. Incredible Vegetable Self-Watering Containers is one that's available
Yes,
for people
that's
to,
an excellent
to
book.
get, and you recommend that one. Plus, we have all of our extension guides also that are available. Florida Vegetable Gardening Guide, mini gardens grown in containers, things of that nature.
That's true. And the vegetable gardening guide is so important that you plant the vegetables at the right time.
Good. Ed, thank you so much.
You're
very,
welcome,
Very
Tom.
good information that we can use, especially if you have small space or you just want to have some fun. These self-watering containers, guess what? They'll let you go away for the weekend and they'll produce some great things to eat too.